Welcome to the DEFCAM. The retirement of India's last MiG-21 squadrons in September 2025 marks not just the end of an era, but a revealing moment in the strategic imbalance rapidly developing in South Asian air power. This event, coupled with recent combat performance, underscores a significant shift. The Indian Air Force is struggling to modernize effectively, while the Pakistan Air Force has achieved a qualitative edge through focused acquisitions and indigenous development. The MiG-21, a 1950s-designed aircraft, formed the numerical backbone of the Indian fleet for over 6 decades, yet its prolonged service life highlights a critical failure in India's defense planning. Despite numerous upgrades to the Bison variant, which included Israeli jammers, Russian R-77, and R-73 missiles, and a partial glass cockpit, the platform remained fundamentally outdated, plagued by an alarmingly high crash rate and maintenance challenges that Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh himself acknowledged as reasons for its retirement. This retirement creates a massive capability gap that India's protracted and troubled procurement processes have failed to fill in a timely manner. The contrast with Pakistan's aerial capabilities was starkly demonstrated during the May 2025 conflict. The claims by U.S. President Donald Trump that 7 jets or more Indian aircraft were shot down, though contested, align with the demonstrated technological superiority of the Pakistan Air Force's integrated combat system. Please listen to him.
Just like India and Pakistan, we're going to end up in a nuclear war if I didn't stop them. You know, it's sort of strange. I saw they were fighting. Then I saw 7 jets were shot down. I said, that's not good. That's a lot of jets, you know. $150 million planes were shot down. A lot of them, 7, maybe more than that. They didn't even report the real number.
This performance was not a matter of chance, but the result of a deliberate strategy. The key enabler was the successful integration of the PL-15 Beyond Visual Range air-to-air missile onto the JF-17 Block 3 and J-10C platforms. The PL-15, with its estimated 300 kilometers range, active electronically scanned array seeker, and Mach 4 speed, represents a generational leap over anything India currently fields. It allows Pakistani pilots to engage Indian targets at vastly greater distances, a capability compounded by support from airborne early warning and control aircraft and sophisticated electronic warfare systems, which Pakistani analysts believe firmly established the PAF as the dominant air power in South Asia. India's attempt to counter this has descended into a procurement nightmare. Its plan to build a sleek and modern air force is mired in delays, political indecision, and now, significant external pressure. The retirement of the MiG-21s creates an immediate shortfall, forcing reliance on more modern but limited numbers of Rafales and Sukhoi 30 MKIs. However, even these advanced platforms are potentially vulnerable to the long-range PL-15 threat. Furthermore, India's ambition for indigenous production, like the Tejas fighter, has yet to yield a comparable, mass-produced combat-ready aircraft capable of countering the networked threat posed by the PAF. This technological disparity was likely a decisive factor in the engagement, allowing PAF aircraft to engage Indian jets with a higher probability of kill before they could even enter their own effective weapon range. The geopolitical dimension, underscored by Trump's repeated interventions, further complicates India's position. His claims of mediating the conflict by threatening tariffs so high that your head's going to spin on both countries, while denied by India, reveal the vulnerability of India's strategic position. The subsequent imposition of 50% U.S. tariffs on Indian goods as punishment for buying Russian oil strains the economy that must fund its military modernization and damages the diplomatic relations crucial for acquiring Western technology. This external pressure, combined with the demonstrated effectiveness of the China-Pakistan techno-strategic axis, evidenced by the JF-17, J-10C, PL-15, and likely intelligence and command support, places India in a precarious situation. Its traditional reliance on Russian equipment and aspiring partnership with the West is now fraught with political and economic penalties. Consequently, the skies over South Asia have witnessed a fundamental realignment. Pakistan's strategy of leveraging its strategic partnership with China to acquire and integrate cutting-edge, cost-effective technology like the JF-17 Block 3 and PL-15 missile has yielded a tangible warfighting advantage. India, in contrast, is caught between a retiring legacy fleet, stalled indigenous projects, and a complex international environment that restricts its access to technology and penalizes its strategic choices. The retirement of the MiG-21 is therefore a potent symbol not of past glory, but of a looming crisis in Indian air power, one that its current ambitions seem poorly positioned to rectify in the face of a modernized, battle-tested, and confident Pakistan Air Force. Thanks, and stay connected for the upcoming videos.